Okay, everyone. Today we are going to continue our lesson to lesson 3. Why is the sea salty? Okay, now let's get started. So you have learned a lot about the two previous lessons, including yawning and laughing. យើងបានរៀនរួចមកហើយអំពី yawning ការស្ងាត់ហើយនិង laughing ការសើចចឹងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា So can you speak a little bit about these two topics? អញ្ចឹងតើយើងអាចចងចាំហើយនឹងនិយាយបានទេអំពីប្រធានបទទាំងពីរហ្នឹង Okay, you know that yawning is common in many kinds of mammals. In other words, many kinds of mammals yawn. People yawn, okay? They yawn every day. However, scientists don't know why people yawn, okay? People yawn when they are excited or when they are bored or when they are tired. Yawning helps keep people more alert, okay? Scientists don't spend much time studying yawning because it doesn't hurt, okay? Alright, now what about laughing? We know that laughing is a good exercise, okay? Because when we laugh, many muscles in our body, the muscles in our neck and our face stretch. And also we remember that in India, there are many laughter clubs. And people pretend to laugh and then they laugh naturally. We also know that 17 laughs equals 10 minutes of running, so meaning that it is a good exercise, okay? Laughing also makes people more alert. And there is a phrase in English saying that laughter is the best medicine, okay? So that's enough. So let's move to our today's lesson. So to start our lesson, I've got two questions to ask you. So you are going to keep these two questions until the end of the lesson. So the first question is, where does salt come from? Second, how much salt is in seawater? បាទឥឡូវយើងមានសំណួរចាប់ផ្ដើមមេរៀនចំនួន2របស់គ្នាសំណួរទី1តើអំបិលកើតមកពីណាសំណួរទី2តើមានអំបិលចំនួនប៉ុន្មាននៅក្នុងទឹកសមុទ្រ Alright, as always, we are going to look at the picture. Here, what can you see? It's the sea, right? And the thing in white color here, what do you think it is? It is salt, right? So where can you find salt? We usually find salt in sea and oceans, but some lakes and rivers also contain salts, right? Alright, now before you read the text, please have a look at these three sentences and decide whether they are true, false, or you don't know. Okay, number 1, a lake is different from a sea. គេថាបឹងខុសពីសមុទ្រ 2, most water is salty. ទឹកភាគច្រើនប្រៃ 3, there is a lot of water in the world. មានទឹកច្រើនណាស់នៅលើពិភពលោក Alright, now that you decide by yourself, I'm not going to interrupt you. You decide by yourself whether it is true, false, or you don't know. Alright, one more before you read the text. Again, as always, we are going to look at some new words that might be useful for you in order to understand the text. The first word is earth. Earth. Salty. Salty. Evaporate. Evaporate. Carry. Carry. Last one, ocean. Ocean. Okay, now again. Earth. Salty. Evaporate. Carry. And ocean. Good. Now, please read and listen to the text all together. After that, we'll do quizzes to check your understanding. Okay, please start now.
Unit 2, Lesson 3. Why is the sea salty?
There is a lot of salt on the earth, and it mixes very well with water. There is some salt in all water. Water on the land runs into lakes and rivers. The water from most lakes goes into rivers. These rivers run into the seas and oceans. They carry a little salt with them. Some of the ocean water moves into the air and clouds. It evaporates. Salt cannot evaporate. It stays in the ocean. The water in the oceans has more salt than the water in rivers. Ocean water is about 3.5% salt. Some seas have more salt than others. Some lakes do not have a river to carry the water and salt away. Some of the water evaporates, but the salt cannot. These lakes are very salty. There are two famous lakes like this. They are the Dead Sea in the Middle East and the Great Salt Lake in the state of Utah in the United States. They are much saltier than the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean.
Very good. Now let's look at the text again as we read and translate the text all together. Stay with me, okay? Let's go. There is a lot of salt on the earth and it mixes very well with water. មានអំបិលជាច្រើននៅលើផែនដីហើយវាលាយបានសព្វល្អជាមួយទឹក There is some salt in all water. មានអំបិលខ្លះៗមានអំបិលមួយចំនួននៅក្នុងទឹកទាំងអស់ Water on the land runs into lakes and rivers. ទឹកនៅលើដីហូរចូលទៅក្នុងបឹងនិងទន្លេ The water from most lakes goes into rivers. ទឹកមកពីបឹងភាគច្រើនហូរចូលទៅក្នុងទន្លេ These rivers run into the seas and oceans. ទន្លេទាំងនេះហូរចូលទៅក្នុងសមុទ្រនិងមហាសមុទ្រ They carry a little salt with them. ពួកវាមានផ្ទុកអំបិលតិចតួច Some of the ocean water moves into the air and clouds. ទឹកសមុទ្រមួយចំនួនផ្លាស់ទីចូលទៅក្នុងខ្យល់ហើយនិងពពក It evaporates. វាហួត Salt cannot evaporate. អំបិលមិនអាចហួតបានទេ It stays in the ocean. វាស្ថិតនៅក្នុងទឹកសមុទ្រ The water in the oceans has more salt than the water in the rivers. ទឹកនៅក្នុងមហាសមុទ្រមានអំបិលច្រើនជាងទឹកទន្លេ Okay? Ocean water is about 3.5% salt. ទឹកសមុទ្រមានអំបិលប្រហែល 3.5% Okay? 3.5 3ហើយនឹងកន្លះទៀតអញ្ចឹង 3.5 Some seas have more salt than others. សមុទ្រខ្លះមានអំបិលច្រើនជាងសមុទ្រឯទៀត Some lakes do not have a river to carry the water and salt away. បឹងមួយចំនួនមិនមានស្ទឹងឬក៏ទន្លេដើម្បីនាំអំបិលហូរទៅឆ្ងាយទេ Some of the water evaporates, but salt cannot. ទឹកមួយចំនួនហួតប៉ុន្តែអំបិលមិនអាចហួតបានទេ These lakes are very salty. បឹងទាំងនេះប្រៃខ្លាំងណាស់ There are two famous lakes like this. មានបឹងល្បីៗចំនួន2ដែលមានលក្ខណៈបែបនេះ They are the Dead Sea in the Middle East and the Great Salt Lake in the state of Utah in the United States. បឹងទាំងនោះឈ្មោះ Dead Sea នៅមជ្ឈមបូព៌ាហើយនិង Great Salt Lake នៅរដ្ឋ Utah សហរដ្ឋអាមេរិក They are much saltier than the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. បឹងទាំងនោះប្រៃជាងមហាសមុទ្រអាត្លង់តិកនិងមហាសមុទ្រ Pacific ឆ្ងាយណាស់ Okay? Much saltier ប្រៃជាងឆ្ងាយ All right. Okay, very good. Now, as you listen and read and understand the text after translation. Let's do some comprehension quiz. As always, letter A, B, C, D. A and B are vocabulary quiz from the text and the vocabulary in new context. So part A, the words are from the text. So you do it by yourself without looking at the book to see if you remember it or not. Alright? After that, we'll correct all together. So let's start doing it by yourself. បាទអញ្ចឹងផ្នែក A នៃលំហាត់ vocabulary របស់យើងគឺយើងយកពាក្យមកពីក្នុងអត្ថបទទេដូច្នេះយើងមិនបាច់បកទៅមើលអត្ថបទសារឡើងវិញទេយើងព្យាយាមធ្វើតាមរយៈការចងចាំរបស់យើងណាបើនឹកមិនឃើញមិនចាំមិនបានអាចទៅមើលបានក៏បានដែរប៉ុន្តែទុកអានោះវាជាជំរើសចុងក្រោយ Alright, there are 10 words here. First one, evaporates. Evaporates ប្រែថាហួត Oceans មហាសមុទ្រ Salt អំបិល Moves ផ្លាស់ទី Earth ផែនដី Carry ផ្ទុក Clouds ពពក Mixes លាយ Percent ភាគរយ Famous ល្បី So now let's see it all together. Number one, ocean water is about 3.5% salt. Okay. ទឹកសមុទ្រមានអំបិលប្រហែល 3.5% Two, there is a lot of salt on the earth and it mixes very well with water. មានអំបិលច្រើនណាស់នៅលើផ្ទៃផែនដីហើយវាលាយគ្នាបានសព្វល្អជាមួយទឹក Three, they carry a little salt with them. Four, there are two famous lakes like this. មានបឹងល្បីៗបែបនេះចំនួន 2. 5. These rivers run into seas and oceans. 6. Some of the ocean water moves into the air and clouds. It evaporates. Alright? Good. Now section B, the same word. But different sentences, different context. So again, you do it by yourself. After quite a while, we'll correct all together. Let's do it. Okay, let's now correct everyone. So number one, two of the students always carry the chairs into our rooms. Okay, អញ្ចឹងរបស់ទី1ឡើយនេះសិស្សពីរនាក់តែងតែកាន់ឬក៏ស្ពាយអញ្ចឹងកាន់ឬក៏ស្ពាយកៅអីចូលទៅក្នុងបន្ទប់របស់យើង Two, the earth is round. It moves around the sun. អញ្ចឹងយើងថាផែនដីមានរាងមូលវាផ្លាស់ទីជុំវិញព្រះអាទិត្យ Number 3, many people put salt on their food. 4. Muhammad Ali was a famous boxer. 5. Some people put sugar in their coffee. Then they mix it with a spoon. 6. Some of the water in a swimming pool evaporates. 7. The Pacific Ocean is bigger than the Atlantic Ocean. Number 8. There are beautiful white clouds in the sky today. 9. 80% of the students are men. Alright? So these are easy sentences. That's why I don't need to translate it for you. Okay? You just remember the new words from the previous slide and try to translate it by yourself. Okay, let's see some of our vocabulary review. បាទឥឡូវយើងមើលការរំលឹកពាក្យពិបាករបស់យើងដែលយើងបានរៀនពីមេរៀនមុនតាំងពីដើមមកអូខេបងប្អូនឥឡូវយើងមើលពាក្យណាដែលខុសគេយើងគូសបន្ទាត់ពីក្រោមវាមកក្នុងចំណោមពាក្យទាំង3ហ្នឹង Alright, there are 8 questions in here. So you do it by yourself in just 2 minutes. After that, we'll correct altogether. So, number one, there are the word zoo, aquarium, and university. ចឹងយើងមាន zoo ប្រែថាសួនសត្វ aquarium សួនត្រី and university សាកលវិទ្យាល័យ so which one is different, everyone? The one that is different is the word university. So 2, lake, snow, and ice. Which one is different? Lake បឹង snow ព្រិល ice ទឹកកក so lake is different. 3, yawn, laugh, and fly. We've got ស្ងាប សើច ហើយនឹងហោះហើរ so fly is different. So 4, together, modern, and new. Together ជាមួយគ្នា modern ថ្មី modern ទំនើប new ថ្មី okay? So together is different. It does not belong in this group. 5, polar bear, dolphin, and ocean. ខ្លាឃ្មុំទឹកកក ត្រី dolphin ហើយនិងមហាសមុទ្រ so ocean is out of this group. Number 6, hour, travel, and fly. ម៉ោងធ្វើដំណើរហើយនិងហោះហើរ so hour is different. These two are actions or activities. This one is a noun. មួយនេះជានាម ពីរនេះជាសកម្មភាព 7, cool, warm, and thick. ត្រជាក់ ក្តៅ ក្រាស់ so which one? Thick is different. Number 8, scientist, teacher, and salty. អ្នកវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រ គ្រូបង្រៀន ហើយនិងប្រៃ so ប្រៃ is different. Salty is not in this group. I hope you remember all these words, which are very, very easy. Okay, the words from the previous lessons. So D are the comprehension questions. Okay, if you like, you can read the text again before you answer these questions. We'll correct it all together. So let's have a look at these questions, everyone. Number 1, what does salt mix well with? តើអំបិលលាយបានសព្វល្អជាមួយនឹងអ្វី 2, is there salt in lakes and rivers? តើមានអំបិលនៅក្នុងទឹកបឹងហើយនិងទឹកទន្លេឬក៏ទឹកស្ទឹងដែរឬទេ 3, where does river water go? តើទឹកទន្លេឬក៏ទឹកស្ទឹងហូរទៅណា 4, where does some of the ocean water go? តើទឹកសមុទ្រហូរទៅណា 5, where does the salt in the ocean go? តើអំបិលនៅក្នុងមហាសមុទ្រទៅណា 6, does river water or ocean water have more salt? តើទឹកទន្លេឬក៏ទឹកសមុទ្រមានអំបិលច្រើនជាង 7, why are some lakes very salty? ហេតុអ្វីបានជាបឹងខ្លះប្រៃខ្លាំង Number 8, name 2 famous salty lakes. ចូលឲ្យឈ្មោះបឹងប្រៃល្បីៗចំនួន 2 Number 9, what is Utah? Where is it? តើ Utah ជាអ្វីវានៅឯណា Number 10, which is saltier, the Atlantic Ocean or the Dead Sea? មួយណាប្រៃជាងរវាងមហាសមុទ្រអាត្លង់តិកឬក៏ the Dead Sea នឹងជាឈ្មោះយើងមិនប្រែក៏បាន 11, are there fish in the Dead Sea? Okay, តើមានត្រីនៅក្នុង Dead Sea ដែរទេ Right, now read the text again and answer the questions by yourself. We'll correct all together after you finished. Very good. Now, number 1, what does salt mix well with? តើអំបិលលាយបានល្អលាយបានសព្វល្អជាមួយនឹងអ្វី So, water. Salt mixes well with water. 2, is there salt in lakes and river? Yes or no? Yes, there is. មានអញ្ចឹងណាទឹកសមុទ្រនិងទឹកបឹងមានជាតិអំបិលនៅក្នុងហ្នឹង Where does river water go? ទឹកសមុទ្រទឹកស្ទឹងទឹកទន្លេហូរចូលទៅណា Into seas and oceans. ហូរចូលទៅក្នុងសមុទ្រហើយនិងមហាសមុទ្រ 4. Where does some of the ocean water go? ទឹកមហាសមុទ្រហូរចូលទៅណាហូរចូលទៅក្នុងខ្យល់ហើយនឹងពពកអាហ្នឹងវាកើតឡើងតាមរយៈអីតាមរយៈ evaporation តាមរយៈរំហួតអូខេ 5. Where does the salt in the ocean go? តើអំបិលនៅក្នុងមហាសមុទ្រធ្វើដំណើរទៅណាអំបិល it does not go anywhere, right? អំបិលវាអត់ទៅណាទេ because it cannot evaporate ដោយសារវាអត់ហួតអត់បានដល់ពេលដែលទឹកនៅក្នុងមហាសមុទ្រឬក៏នៅក្នុងសមុទ្រវាហួតអំបិលអត់ហួតទៅណាទេវានៅផ្ដុំគ្នាត្រង់ហ្នឹង So number 6 does river water or ocean water have more salt? Ocean water does. Ocean water has more salt. ចឹងទឹកមហាសមុទ្រមានអំបិលច្រើនជាង 7. Why are some lakes very salty? ហេតុអ្វីបានជាបឹងមួយចំនួនប្រៃខ្លាំង So why? Because they do not have rivers to carry salt away. Okay? ចឹងដោយសារតែបឹងទាំងនោះมันមានទន្លេឬក៏มันមានស្ទឹងដើម្បីហូរនាំទឹកហូរនាំអំបិលទៅចឹងអំបិលវានៅតែក្នុងបឹងរហូតទឹកហួតអំបិលនៅទឹកហួតអំបិលនៅចឹងយូរទៅវាធ្វើឲ្យប្រៃខ្លាំង 8. Name two famous salt lakes. So there are two famous salt lakes which are very very salty. First one is the Dead Sea in the Middle East, and the second one is the Great Salt Lake in Utah, the United States. Okay. Number 9. What is Utah? Where is it? Utah is a So Utah is a state which is Rod Utah, which is in the United States. Number 10. Which is saltier, the Atlantic Ocean or the Dead Sea? តើរវាងមហាសមុទ្រអាត្លង់តិកនិង the Dead Sea មួយណាប្រៃជាង So the Dead Sea is much saltier. Okay. ចឹង the Dead Sea ដែលយើងស្គាល់ខាងលើមិញថាជាបឹងដែលមានជាតិប្រៃខ្លាំងព្រោះថាវាអត់មានទឹកស្ទឹងឬក៏ទឹកទន្លេដើម្បីនាំអំបិលទៅវាមានរសជាតិប្រៃខ្លាំងប្រៃជាងមហាសមុទ្រអាត្លង់តិកឬក៏មហាសមុទ្រ Pacific ទៅទៀត Okay. 11. Are there fish in the Dead Sea? តើមានត្រីនៅក្នុងthe Dead Sea ឬអត់ Dead Sea នឹងយើងបាច់ប្រែវាជាឈ្មោះបើប្រែចំមែនទែនទៅបើយើងចង់ហៅវាថាសមុទ្រងាប់អញ្ចឹង Dead ងាប់ឬក៏ស្លាប់វាងាប់ចាប់បានន័យថាវាអត់មានផ្លាស់ទីទៅណាវានៅតែមកកន្លែង Okay. So are there fish in the Dead Sea? មានត្រីអត់នៅក្នុងបឹង Dead Sea ហ្នឹង So we know that the Dead Sea is very very salty. So there aren't any because it is too salty. ចឹងអត់មានត្រីទេនៅក្នុង Dead Sea ហ្នឹងព្រោះថាទឹកហ្នឹងវាប្រៃពេក Okay. Okay, very good. So here section E, we've moved to section E. We do some true false questions. So here you read through all the statements and decide whether it is true or false. If it is true, you write T. If it is false, you write F. So 1. Salt mixes with water. អំបិលលាយជាមួយទឹកឬក៏រលាយជាមួយទឹក 2. Clouds have salt in them. ពពកមានជាតិអំបិល 3. Water on the land moves into lakes and rivers. ទឹកនៅលើដីផ្លាស់ទីចូលទៅក្នុងបឹងនិងទន្លេ 4. There is salt in rivers. មានអំបិលនៅក្នុងទឹកទន្លេទាំងឡាយ 5. Rivers have more salt than oceans. ទឹកទន្លេមានអំបិលច្រើនជាងមហាសមុទ្រ 6. Salt evaporates. អំបិលហួត 7. Ocean water is about 2.25 salt. ទឹកសមុទ្រមានអំបិលប្រហែល 2.25% ចឹង 1/4 វាស្មើនឹង 0.25 ចឹងហើយកន្លែងនេះគឺ 2.25 2.25. Number 8. The Great Salt Lake is in the United States. នេះយើងប្រែតាមពាក្យក៏ប៉ុន្តែនេះ Great Salt Lake ក៏ជាឈ្មោះដែរដូចទៅនឹង Dead Sea មិញហ្នឹងតែបើយើងប្រែមកថាបឹងអំបិលធំគឺស្ថិតនៅក្នុងសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិក So now you decide gives you some time. When you are ready, we'll correct. So 1. Salt mixes with water. Is it true or false? It is true, right? Salt mixes with water. Number 2. Clouds have salt in them. What do you think? So can salt evaporates? តើអំបិលអាចហួតបានទេអត់បានទេចឹងណា Where do clouds come from? ពពកមកពីណាមានពពកមកពីណា Clouds come from water which evaporates. Okay ចឹងពពកវាកើតមកពីទឹកដែលហួតវាកើតមកពីចំហាយទឹកចឹងតើវាមានជាតិអំបិលឬអត់បើអំបិលអត់អាចហួតបានទេចឹងហួតបានតែទឹកទេចឹងអំបិលអត់អាចហួតបានទេចឹង statement ទី2របស់យើងគឺ false. Clouds have salt in them. It is false. Clouds don't have salt in them. 3. Water on the land moves into lakes and rivers. It is true. ទឹកនៅលើដីផ្លាស់ទីចូលទៅក្នុងស្ទឹងហើយនិងបឹង Number 4. There is salt in rivers. មានជាតិអំបិលនៅក្នុងទឹកបឹងទាំងឡាយទឹកទន្លេទាំងឡាយឬក៏ទឹកស្ទឹងទាំងឡាយអញ្ចឹងក៏បាន So it is true. In all sources of water there is some salt. 5. Rivers have more salt than oceans. ទឹកទន្លេមានអំបិលច្រើនជាងមហាសមុទ្រ So this one is not true. It's false. Number 6. Salt evaporates. អំបិលហួតចឹងហួតអត់ហួតទេ It is false. Ocean water is about 2.25% salt. So it is false. The correct number is 3.5%. Okay ចឹងចំនួនមែនទែនវាមិនមែន2.25ទេគឺវា 3.5%. So last one, the Great Salt Lake is in the United States. Is it true or false? It's true. Okay បឹងអំបិលធំស្ថិតនៅក្នុងសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិក in Utah នៅក្នុងរដ្ឋ Utah. Alright, last part of our lesson today, main idea. Which one do you think is the main idea? Which sentence? យើងគិតថាមួយណារបស់មួយណាគឺជាគំនិតសំខាន់ទាំងអស់នេះទី1 The sea is salty because water evaporates and salt doesn't. ចឹងកន្លែងហ្នឹងបានន័យថាយូរទៅទឹកហូរមកចាក់កាន់តែច្រើនអញ្ចឹងវាជាតំណអំបិលមកកាន់តែច្រើនណាប៉ុន្តែទឹកវាហួតវាវិលជុំវិញដែលគេហៅថា water cycle ប៉ុន្តែអំបិលវាអត់ហួតទេវាមកវាចាក់បង្គោលកាន់តែច្រើនអញ្ចឹងវាធ្វើឲ្យយូរទៅប្រភពទឹកដែលមានទឹកហូរចូលហ្នឹងវាកាន់តែប្រៃអូខេ 2. The sea is salty because rivers run into oceans. ទឹកសមុទ្រប្រៃដោយសារស្ទឹងឬក៏ទន្លេហូរចូលក្នុងមហាសមុទ្រ 3. Water moves from the land to rivers, to oceans, to clouds, and to land again. ចឹងឡើយនេះគេនិយាយពីវដ្តទឹកណា water circle ចឹងថាទឹកហូរពីលើដីចូលទៅក្នុងទន្លេចូលទៅក្នុងមហាសមុទ្រចូលទៅក្នុងពពកហើយត្រឡប់មកលើដីម្ដងទៀត Okay, so which one is the main idea do you think? The correct answer is number 1. Number 1 is the main idea. We are talking about water and salt. Water evaporates but salt doesn't. Okay, please don't forget to read and translate it by yourself so that you remember more words, everyone. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Have a good day.